How do you feel about humans exploiting other animals?
Me?
Yeah, how do you feel about humans exploiting other animals?
If I understood it right, it's you were asking just like when we eat meat, for example, and the cows and the pigs and other animals stay in really enclosed, really narrow places, and they suffer for us to get their meat. Something like this.
That's a form of exploitation. Yeah, that's a form of
I'm sorry.
exploitation.
It's because I'm a foreigner. I'm from another country, so sometimes it's hard for me to understand the exact words.
Yeah, you don't have to be sorry. I'm glad that you asked for clarification. Um, but yeah, so how do you feel about humans exploiting other animals?
I feel that it's sad because if there is an afterlife, and if, for example, we could be an animal in other life, so we should put ourselves in their places. We wouldn't like to be treated that way. You know, if what if I become a cow in another life? I wouldn't want to suffer.
Yeah. So you think that we should respect other animals? I hear that.
Yes, of course. And it's just like a famous image that wasn't on the internet that I saw. If you love some of them, why do you eat others? Like we love the dog, we love the cat. Why can't we love the cow?
Yeah, I feel that way too, my dear. So, veganism is the ethical stance against humans exploiting other animals. So vegans don't eat animals. We don't take their breast milk. We don't eat their eggs. We don't wear their skin or use them for transportation or anything. We just don't use them. And it sounds like this is in line with your beliefs. So, my dear, I'm wondering, would there be anything stopping you from going vegan?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm I live in a country where I live in South America, and here it's really harder to become a vegan. There are almost no places that you can eat that doesn't have any form of animal harm. But I'm trying to get on this path.
Yeah. And like lots of ingredients are vegan. Like most food, most ingredients are already vegan. It's just not eating animal flesh, not eating their milk, not eating their eggs or their honey. So like beans, rice, grains, legumes, pasta, potatoes, fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, breads, oats, all of these things are already vegan. Um, and it's possible to be vegan in South Africa. And I'm kind of wondering, like, if you were in the animal's position, if you were in the victim's position, um, like how fast would you want this injustice to end? Would you want it to end in a month or in like a few weeks or right now?
Yes, if we were in their place, suffering what we can even call a form of torture, we would want that to end like in an hour, in a second, not in a year or in a month. We would want it to end like as soon as possible.
Right. Yeah. And, the number one benefit of being vegan is that you're no longer exploiting and oppressing other animals. And then, of course, for the animals, it's that they're no longer being oppressed and exploited by you. So, do you think the number of animals being exploited by you should be zero or a number that's more than zero?
Yes, the ideal number should be zero, because
Yeah.
if a person like myself is eating red meat or chicken or any kind of meat, that in a whole year that equals like many lives, like many
Yeah,
animals, not just one.
yeah. And not just meat, like milk. Like if you're drinking a cow's milk, cows don't make milk because they're cows. Mothers make milk to feed their babies. So if you're drinking a cow's milk, it means that her baby's not, and her baby's not with her, which is wrong. And like chicken's eggs, just like a human's eggs or any other female's eggs, they belong to the female. Like not my body, not my choice. It's their body, and they deserve rights to their body, right?
Yes, of course, I agree and I understand your point of view. I've been
Yeah.
considering becoming a vegan, but I'm still being a little selfish. I couldn't do it right.
You can do it right, my dear. You can, like it's certainly possible for you. And if you put yourself back in the victim's position, like, how would you feel if somebody was like holding a gun to your head and they're like, I would stop, I just can't do it now. Would you want them to try to not shoot you in the head or to just ditch the gun and not shoot you in the head and stop exploiting you forever?
Yes, it's really a violence. It's something that is cruel and that, given the perspective you put it, it really is shameful. It's a shame to exist this reality.
Right. But you don't have to exist that way anymore, my dear. You could go vegan today and no longer be the reason that animals are exploited and oppressed.
Yes, I agree. For example, even when you become vegan, thinking about the animals, you can also get yourself some advantages. For example, I'm overweight. I could lose a lot of weight if I didn't eat chocolate, for example. I eat chocolate that has a lot of milk. So even I could get an advantage and also the animals' lives.
Yeah. And like you don't have to give anything up. When you go vegan, you're not giving anything up. You just stop taking what's not yours. Like I still eat chocolate. I love chocolate actually, but there's no cow's milk in it. And it's true there's selfish benefits to going vegan. Like vegans on average live longer. Vegans are at a lower risk of chronic diseases. Vegans are like the only group of people that end up having a like on average normal BMI range. But ultimately, like the real benefit isn't how it benefits you. It's that the animals aren't exploited by you. You know?
Yes, of course. The way society in general eats meat, it puts the animal as an object, like as if they were an accessory, as if they weren't alive. When we eat meat, it's like the animal would be just, just a stuff, just like a pencil, just like something you hold in your hand, an object.
Yes, it's very objectifying. And like this type of mindset, like it kind of has an overlapping, well, there's overlapping things amongst different types of oppression, but it makes me think about sexist people that objectify women, because it's really like really actually very similar to like rape culture, and being like, oh, well, my personal pleasure is worth violating this woman's body. My personal pleasure is worth violating her body. It's like the same thing. My personal pleasure, I want to eat a burger, and my personal pleasure is worth violating this cow's body. But it's not, like our personal choices should end, where somebody else's bodily autonomy begins.
Yes, like the people that were the most sexist I've met, they were also the angriest against vegans. Like made they made evil jokes about vegans. They would say, "Oh, I'm going to make a barbecue. I'm going to eat meat all I can," and they were the most sexist person I've met. So I really think is in fact a relation, a connection between those two type of people.
There is. There certainly is. Because, have you also heard these same types of people say, oh, well, I need to eat meat to be manly? They think they need to eat meat to be manly. But when I think about a strong, a strong man that I would respect a lot, I think about being protective of the innocent and protective of the vulnerable. Like provide and protect, not violate and exploit and be violent, you know? So I think that these are strong masculine traits. Not be violent and exploitative and oppressive. That's not strong masculine traits. And that's kind of the same mindset. Like I need to hurt somebody else, and it's worth it to hurt somebody else to like prove how strong I am. But you don't. We should all be trying to be kind and compassionate and protect those that can't stand up for themselves.
From all the things you said, I think this was the one that most got me impressed. It really is beautiful what you said. A strong man must have the strength to protect the weak, like protect a little baby as well as protect the animals. This was really incredible. I loved what you said. A strong man must protect the weak. And if a strong man thinks that being strong is taking a firearm and going after an innocent wildlife, like an innocent deer, that's really that's ugly.
It is. It is. These animals have done nothing to us. So the least that we could do is just let them live their lives and leave them alone. So, my dear, do you think you'd be willing to go vegan and be vegan from now on?
Yes, I have to make an effort. I have to make this commitment with myself, with my environment, with the animals.
Yeah. And don't just make an effort, just do it. Like think about it from the animal's perspective. Like if you were the cow that had a gun to your head, would you want somebody to make an effort to put down their weapon? Or to just put down the weapon and say no more?
Yes, the the decision has to be objective. This isn't the type of thing be you can take all your time to think about. You must do it like there is an it's an urgency. There is an urgency to do it.
It is. Yeah. Yes, my dear. Well, I really appreciate having this conversation with you. And I appreciate that, you're kind and you're intelligent and willing to listen and um, willing to grow, willing to do better for the animals.
Oh, thank you so much. It was also really nice listening to what you were telling. Can I just ask you something? Before I
Sure,
joined before I joined the live, you were also talking about being vegan because I think you were playing a song in your guitar.
I was. Yeah.
You talk a lot about becoming vegan here on your profile.
Yes, I think it's really, really, important. And I'm doing this because if I was in the animal's position, I would want somebody to be standing up for me.
Okay, I get it. I just asked because I didn't know if, for what I can see, this is a subject that is one of the most important for you, and so you bring a lot this conscience, right? Here on your profile, you talk a lot about becoming vegan, right?
I do. Actually, I have multiple profiles. This is the profile where I probably talk about it the least.
Oh, I get it. You have like specialized profiles for this type of topic.
Yes, I do. If you want to
Oh,
check them out, my main one that I use to talk about this is Jade for Justice. Jade for Justice.
in other social media or here?
You're on TikTok, but also on
Oh,
Instagram.
TikTok,
Yeah.
right.
Poetic Justice just put it in the chat.
Oh, I
If
see.
Yeah, if you want, you can
Oh, Jade,
screenshot so
Jade,
you can
Jade for
remember.
justice.
Yeah, if you want, you can screenshot so you can remember if you want to check it out.
Oh, it's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, my dear.
Um, I was going to ask you some other thing. Um, I think I forgot it. But
Yeah, you
thank
brought
you,
up.
thank you for letting me join the live. I asked because I was just trying to have a conversation with someone. Also, I'm trying to improve my English because, as I said, I'm a foreigner. So it was really nice to be for you to let me be have a little of your time.
Yeah, of course, my dear. Thank you for being kind and compassionate and morally consistent. And you speak English very well. Your English is very good.
This is what this is what I was going to ask you. If it was really hard to understand me talking because I'm not from an English speaking country.
I think you speak English very well.
Oh, thank you so much. I've been trying to improve it.
Yeah, you do a great job. I can
I
tell that you've been practicing and it sounds really good.
I don't know
You're
if you heard. I am from South America, from Brazil.
South America, from Brazil. Okay, então tu falas português?
Você fala português?
Sim, é verdade. Eu vivo em Portugal.
Ah, você mora em Portugal?
Sim, é verdade.
You live in Portugal right now?
I do, yes.
How long you've been speaking Portuguese?
Since I moved here, I started learning since I moved here, desde 2023.
That's so cool. Isso é muito legal. Parabéns pelo seu esforço em aprender português. A, que, a
Muito obrigada.
questão a questão é que existem diferenças entre o português de Portugal e o português brasileiro.
É muito diferente. Acho que é muito mais fácil de falar com brasileiros do que outros portugueses, porque os portugueses falam com as bocas fechadas e têm muito mais verbos e palavras, e os brasileiros, na minha opinião, falam um pouco mais lento e mais aberto, então é mais fácil para mim.
I agree with you. They talk way faster and they talk with kind of their mouths closed.
Uhum.
Also, I've been trying to also learn the Portuguese from Portugal. And what I notice is that there is an accent, but I don't. Sometimes I don't talk like them because people could think I'm mocking them. I'm trying to repeat the way they speak as if I was trying to make a joke or being disrespectful. But I'm
Right.
not. I'm just trying
Yeah.
I'm not
It's the
trying to
only
be
way to learn.
disrespectful.
Yeah, it's the only way to learn is to try to copy them. Yeah,
Por
I
exemplo,
get
eles falam mais assim, mais rápido, e a forma que se juntam as palavras é completamente diferente. É mais ou
see
menos assim que eles falam.
seeing I don't know what part of Brazil you're in, but there's vegan communities in Brazil too.
A lot of them.
Yeah. Jad pela Justiça. It's my other TikTok account, but I'm not very active on that one.
Oh, I get it. Uh, I don't know what to say now. Uh, mo- oh, I have something to say. You said I was kind. You were also really kind, and let me tell you why. I I ask many people to join their lives, and the majority of them, they not only don't accept, they hate the fact that someone asks because they think it's somehow someone invading their space. So most of the people, they don't accept guests. So it was really kind of you to let me be a guest in your life.
Yeah, of course, my dear. I think that's crazy that people get mad that you're requesting because they could just ignore the fact that you're requesting. They don't need to get mad.
Yes, many of them, they say like, wait, I don't know you, or wait, you didn't give me any gifts, so why would I accept you? They could just say no, thank you so much. Not today. They could be a little more polite.
I know, or they could just literally not respond. They don't even have to respond. Like, that's just
Yes,
crazy.
it's better not to get an answer than to get an unpolite answer.
Yeah, definitely.
I think there is someone in the chat also wanting to do a request. If you're still open to taking requests.
Yeah, I am. Okay, my dear, I'll let you go and then I'll have Tony come up here. Thank you so much for joining. It's been great having you in here.
Thank you so much, and may I also say the animals, they are we have a lot to learn from them. Like the human being is making medicine, is making science, but I think the human being still can't make love, can't give love like an animal does. Like a pet, like a dog, or even a cow, even an animal from the zoo, from the no, not the zoo is harmful. I changed the word, like from the forest, like animals. If you look in their eyes, they think about things. They also like to play. They also like to live, and so we must learn a lot of things from them.
Yeah, it's true. True unconditional love. The animals know true unconditional love. Yes.
Yes, they love not because they want money or something in return. They love because it's in their nature.
Yeah, it's true. Like if you go and do something illegal, or if you go and like get like really overweight or get really underweight, or if you like get fired from your job, or if you just eat junk all of the time, the animal's not going to see you any different. They still love you the same. And I think that's really, yeah, very special. They don't care if you're poor, they don't care if you're rich, they don't care if you're good or bad at your passions. They don't care. They're just
They
here to
also
help.
don't see skin color or gender.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not racist. They're not sexist. They're.
Jade, thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're very welcome. All right, I'm gonna let you go, and don't forget to follow me here and follow Jade for Justice and Jade pela Justiça.
Okay, I'm going to check out your other channels. There is a person in the chat rushing me to get out as soon as possible. I think I talk too much and he's impatient.
You don't talk too much, my dear. It's been lovely having you up here. Okay, now let's get Tony in. But first, before we get Tony in, I'm actually gonna restart the live because I got a restriction. So I'm just gonna end the live and start it right back over. Tony, come back and request to join in again. I'll see you guys in just a second. Follow if you're not following.